Let's talk about the furry comic Bunny and Wolf. For the purposes of this review, I'm just gonna leave this all the way down here, okay? Okay, no particular reason. I just want to leave that there. There we go. The world is divided between predator animals and prey animals. The god of the world himself proclaiming that the weak animals will serve no other purpose than to be slaves, sexual toys, and food for the strong. Time passes and civilizations develop into an endless war between the strong predators and the weak prey species. While the predators focus on enslaving, eating, and destroying as they please, the weak prey focus on building, crafting, and refining their civilization into a medieval era of castle builders and warriors. This, of course, sets the stage for a literally endless war where God does not lift a finger and watches the whole thing from on high. A bunny woman meets a wolf man after surviving a fierce, pitched battle, and he takes her into a cave to stitch her wounds, grab her cotton ball tail a la sexual assault, and try to convince her that he has sworn off of eating meat forever. The reason is a big spoiler that I won't tell you. This is Dillip. Dilip? Dillip? I'm gonna say Dillip. Dillip isn't very bright, despite the medieval level of technology that everyone in this world enjoys, including metal weapons, castles, and magic. This wolf doesn't know what cups are. He also doesn't know what beds are. He's never heard of hugging or handshakes. I don't know how this is possible. He's dressed and speaks the same language as everyone else. It's not like he's a wild, savage monster. I'm pretty sure hugging and beds and cups came before Iron Age weapons and castles, so it's very head-scratching. At first, I thought it was the comic's way of saying that the predator races are all just mindlessly warlike and haven't pursued any sort of technological development, but there are hyena bandits that are dressed in armor with metal weapons, so I know that isn't true. It's really puzzling. The bunny is Usari. I really like her fantasy-style armor as it's the opposite of bikini mail that you usually see in comics like this. The front plate of her gear covers all of the important organs and leaves her arms and legs free so she can be a speed-based fighter. This is not only practical, but excellent world building and should be commended as she is actually quite talented with a sword. She's a soldier with an understandable chip on her shoulder, a spunky personality, and a deep distrust for anyone with sharp teeth. Given the explicitly stated dogma of this world, I'm not surprised given their never-ending war, raping, looting, killing in the countryside, and so on. But when Dillip doesn't eat her or violate her while she's sleeping, she gives him a chance rather than just stabbing him in the face like all the other predators that she's killed. What follows is a tense, don't fucking touch me sort of relationship where Dillip is trying his absolute best to find a village, town, or something else to drop her off so he can be rid of her. Your mileage may vary on a pair of characters that are born and bred to hate each other, but slowly gain a mutual respect by traveling together. Dillip is sworn off of eating meat for reasons unknown and is slowly losing his wolfish strength because, well, that's basically starving himself of the proteins and such that he needs. He eats vegetables and whatever else he can scrounge up, but the truth is he only gets weaker and weaker as time passes. The comic isn't long enough yet for this fact to come into play, but it's an interesting character trait as he is tempted over and over and over again to rip into any helpless animal he can find. And so they travel together, all under the watchful eye of the simple-minded God that created the world. His only philosophy on life is that the strong deserve to rule over the weak, whether it be physically, sexually, or just as food. His complete lack of nuance is honestly sickening. Another god comes forward, this one a woman, proclaiming that things are more nuanced than that, and if he wants to see the full potential of the world that he's created, or at least of the people that he's created, he should keep a close watch on the bunny and wolf partners as they travel together. The goddess, known as Lady Jaina to the mortal races, rules over a walled city called the Capital that I refuse to believe the author actually drew. She's basically an immortal god queen that everyone loves. Think like Celestia from My Little Pony. Giving their quest for equality and acceptance her blessing, Lady Jaina serves to offer exposition to the true dogma of the world, and how the fact that it's built on such simple rules also means that it's very, very moldable. If you rise up and fight against your captors, your predators, etc., then the world will be better for it. Peace and harmony and equality and all that stuff. Given that there are no non-sentient animals to speak of in this world, that's kind of shallow to say. No cows, no pigs, no other livestock are ever shown, and the god of this world says that he gave everyone free will, not just a single species. We see what not eating meat does to Dilla. There's no way the predator races are just going to become vegetarians, even over a number of generations. They were made this way by a god that encourages it. Following this logic and the story that's about to take place with these two at the helm, all roads either lead to war, annihilation, starvation, or complete slavery. It's kind of a grim picture. So, closing thoughts. Bunny and Wolf doesn't have a ton of pages just yet, but it does have enough pages to establish its world, its lore, and its rules. The art is great, the character designs are fun and expressive, the update schedule is very healthy by webcomic standards, there's clearly some borrowed assets here and there, but the artwork is good enough I think that the artists could have done it themselves to the same effect. The characters have distinct personalities, and the locations and architecture are all distinct and match with each other. It's a simple but well-crafted world. Like I said before, the armor worn by certain characters is well thought out. The gods walk among them, and we know them intimately, so we get very detailed knowledge on how they think and how the world works. There's a lot of potential here for explorations on race relation, food-related ecosystems, war, and even love. So, should you read Bunny and Wolf? I would say yes, just don't think about it too hard. It's more of a grade school anime than it is a sweeping fantasy epic. Enjoy the skimpy armor and slapstick humor. Don't go poking at the details. The good art carries it, and it's a pleasant and enjoyable read. I'd say check it out.